Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a really fun team in the Great League Remix Cup featuring XL MAGNEMITE and ZAP Cannon MAGNETON. These battles were submitted by a member of the community, so many thanks for the battle submission. This team features MAGNEMITE and MAGNETON as mentioned with a Cresselia lead. This is definitely more of a team for fun than for grinding rank, but this trainer did manage to put together an impressive 10-0 run with the team. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at XL MAGNEMITE and ZAP Cannon MAGNETON in action. Hopping into the first match, incredible lead Cresselia into Toxicroak. You are definitely going to want to make sure to preserve switch advantage in this match. Toxicroak staying in, taking big damage from the Psycho Cuts, getting some chip damage with the Mud Bomb before they save switch into Noctowl. And here's where having two Electric Steel type Pokemon is very nice. Discharge from MAGNEMITE hits hard. Noctowl will reach a Shadow Ball, and I don't know if MAGNEMITE can tank this. They do decide to shield it up. The XL MAGNEMITE does hit pretty hard, but unfortunately is very glassy. They bring back in Toxicroak. But the nice thing here is, since they preserved a ton of health, they're going to be able to get to a lot of moves. MAGNEMITE, despite those counters chunking, gets to another Magnet Bomb. And Magnet Bomb takes out the Toxicroak, but it's Rapidash in the back. Rapidash is a definite core breaker for the team as things are looking dire. Brings in the Cresselia, builds up to a potential future sight, and able to force the shield. That is so big. You just have to let this go. It's a flame charge, can survive that. And from here, I think you just have to try and get to a move on the Magneton. They switch in the Magneton, they defer and incinerate, but Magneton able to get to the Magnet Bomb, even resisted. Magnet Bomb hits hard, that takes out the Rapidash, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Cresselia into Crustle. This is a bit of a rough lead, but have two better responses in the back. So gonna save switch into the Magneton, and Magneton's worst nightmare Whiscash is here, going for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon lands and does over half of Whiscash's health, even when resisted. Oh my goodness. And now, electing to bring in the Cresselia, and Cresselia should be able to overfarm if they want to and leave with some extra energy, since the Whiscash is not applying a ton of pressure, but instead opting to go for the KO right away. Grass Knot, of course, will be taking out the Whiscash, and now that you've baited out the Mudboy, hopefully MAGNEMITE can sweep in the back. Opponent waits out the switch clock, they bring in Crustle, in comes the MAGNEMITE, and there it is met with a Tropius. Now, based on typing, this should be a pretty good matchup, but Tropius is very, very bulky. We'll have to see how much a Leaf Blade does here. Leaf Blade chunks quite a bit. MAGNEMITE, not done though. MAGNEMITE still has a lot of health. These air slashes are double resisted. Able to force a shield, which is very nice. MAGNEMITE will have to start shielding as it is getting pretty low. The opponent going for the aerial ace there. Not entirely sure why that is. And they're able to catch onto the Cresselia. Very, very nicely done. Opponent throwing the Leaf Blade, and back in comes the Crustle. This is going to be tough, but MAGNEMITE has a ton of energy. X-Scissor will be doing super effective damage, of course. Farming up and able to get to the Grass Knot. Grass Knot will not be taking out Crustle. Crustle has some pretty okay bulk to it, and Crustle commits to the farm down. The MAGNEMITE has a ton of energy, but it is so low. This is going to be very tough for it to clutch. And there, unfortunately, they do get the shield, but the Crustle has a move. X-Scissor comes through, you can't afford to take any smackdowns. Going for the Magnet Bomb right away, and then it's going to be a race. Can they survive the double resisted air slashes? MAGNEMITE able to get to the Magnet Bomb! Magnet Bomb will be taking out the Tropius, and on 1 HP, XL MAGNEMITE clutches up in a big way, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, pretty nice lead, Cresselia into Politoed. Farming up, and the opponent tries to make a very nice catch. They tried to catch the Grass Knot onto Jirachi, but no such luck. Magneton is fairly glassy, but can survive a Doom Desire, and now they're going for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon will be doing massive damage onto the Jirachi. Zap Cannon lands, and that takes out the Jirachi, but unfortunately the opponent has Diggersby in the back, and MAGNEMITE can absolutely not see the Diggersby. able to get off the Magnet Bomb, which is very nice, and now has to bring in Cresselia, because under no circumstances can that Magnemite see the Diggersby. The Diggersby knows that it can survive the Grass Knot, so deciding to let that through, and they're going to go for the Earthquake. Earthquake, of course, does big damage, but the Cresselia has a decent amount of energy going for another Grass Knot, and they're able to take out the Diggersby. The opponent maybe not realizing there is another Electric Steel type in the back, which is very, very nice. Farming up and going for Grass Knot. Again, Grass Knot would be doing some pretty decent damage here onto that Politoed, so we do see the shield come up. I think you just force them to throw, you save the shields, and now you can bring in Magnemite. In comes Magnemite, and Magnemite is just going to need to get to these 2 discharges. These Mudshots, even though Mudshot is a very low damage move, are absolutely chunking through the poor Magnemite. Magnemite is almost a half health off of non-stab Mudshots. This thing is so glassy, but able to reach the back-to-back discharges. First discharge gets the shield. Second discharge will be taking out the Politoed, and the double Magnet boys living on, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Cresselia on the lead into another Politoed. So again, pretty nice lead there. Again, over farming. The opponent tries to catch onto Greedent. So very nice job over farming and not letting them catch. And now they bring in the Magneton. Greedent does go for a body slam, maybe expecting a shield, but a shield is not coming. And Magneton is building up to the Zap Cannon. This will be doing big damage if unshielded. And Zap Cannon takes out the Greedent. I have never seen a neutral move do that much to a Greedent. Oh my goodness. Politoed comes back in. Politoed does not want to get hit by a Zap Cannon. They throw to take them out, but they can bring back in Cresselia. The opponent does a very nice catch, catching the Grass Knot onto Drapion. So a very nice play there by the opponent, but Cresselia significantly outbulks Drapion and will be able to get to these neutral Moonblasts, which apply a lot of pressure, and they get the attack drop. That is tough for the Drapion. Cresselia really doesn't have to shield now, and they're able to get to another Moonblast. The question is, can they get that second shield? If so, that would be so nice. Able to get the second shield. You can probably just let this go and then just trust in 2 shield Magnemite to close out the match. Crunch comes through, and now it's all up to Magnemite. In neutral situations, Magnet Bomb does do more damage than Discharge, so you will see them going for the Magnet Bombs here. They're farming up. The opponent tried to catch a Magnet Bomb onto Politoed, but he read the switch, able to connect with the Discharge. The Politoed had a lot of energy, shielding up. It's not the Earthquake, but they have the back-to-back Weather Balls. Can Magnemite tank a Weather Ball here? Ooh, barely. It does not tank it well. They have to get to the Magnet Bomb. Magnemite gets to the Magnet Bomb. That will be taking out the Drapion. And that is a good game. I am not sure how this team keeps winning, but it does. So we'll take that. Hopping into the next match, we have some spice here. A Shadow Venomoth from the opponent. Farming up, switches into the Magneton, shielding a Poison Fang. Maybe unfamiliar with Venomoth's moveset there. Farming up quite a bit, and now going to be going for the Magnet Bomb. This will be doing a ton of damage if unshielded, and that, plus some Thunder Shocks, able to take out the Venomoth. In comes Crustle, and Crustle is not a great response to a Magnet Bomb user, as Magnet Bomb will be able to hit Crustle for massive, super effective damage. Going for the second one here. This will be doing big damage, if not shielded, which it is not. Magneton able to farm down, and what is in the back? XL Alolan Grimer, and now it's the battle of the Rugrats, as Boygos would say. XL Magnemite versus XL Alolan Grimer. The Grimer decides to let the first Magnet Bomb through, and that does big damage. Crunch will hurt here, so opting to shield up, and Magnemite will be able to get to another Magnet Bomb, and this should be forcing the last shield. And at that point, the Alolan Grimer actually realizes the game is over, lets the move through, and that is a good game. So able to cap off the 5-0, hopping into the next match, and things are not getting easier. We have Cresselia into Magcargo, and basically most any fire type is a pretty big core breaker for the team. Able to hit back for neutral with the Grass Knot here, but still Mag Cargo will hit hard, even on a bulky mon like Cresselia. They go for the overheat, that's big damage, and they're going to save switch into Hitmon top. So they must be incredibly weak to Cresselia in the back if Hitmon top is their best answer. They bait with the Grass Knot, but the Hitmon top called it. That is absolutely heartbreaking there. The Hitmon top is going to be shielding up the second one. Hitmon top only has nuke moves, so that's why it doesn't typically see a lot of play, as they're forced to go for a close combat as their cheapest charge move. But with Cresselia dead and there still being a fighter and a fire type in play, this is going to be very difficult. Close combat comes through. Can the Magneton farm down? And they're able to. In comes Mag Cargo, farming up and able to get to the back-to-back Magnet Bombs. These will be hitting for heavy neutral damage. Magnet Bomb gets the shield, able to get to a second one. Can Magneton actually take out the Mag Cargo here? Almost, and they snipe with the MAGNEMITE, and they have Alomomola in the back. Alomomola, one of the tankiest Pokemon in the Remix Cup, but it is no match for the damage of XL MAGNEMITE. Able to get to the back-to-back discharges. That'll be taking out the Alomomola, and that is a good game. All right, hopping into the next match, we have Cresselia into Hypno. Actually going to stay in here. The one worry, of course, would be Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball would definitely not be ideal here. Opting to go for the Grass Knot bait, I don't personally agree with that move, as Hypnos are unlikely to shield the first, since no move from Cresselia is going to be one-shotting. So unfortunately, they don't get the shield. The Hypno's running Ice Punch, and now they're going to switch into the Magneton, and they bring out Registeel. Registeel may not be prepared for the damage of Zap Cannon. Magneton goes for the Zap Cannon. It almost one-shots Registeel, and now going to be going for the Magnet Bomb to force a shield or take them out. It does force the shield, which is huge. Going to shield up, they go for the Focus Blast, of course, and can you actually farm down with Thundershock here? Oh, they got really close, but instead opting to not go down a shield, and they do throw right on that CMP tie, which is very, very nice. And they're actually electing to let this go down, which is very, very interesting. So choosing not to win switch, instead they want farm on their XL MAGNEMITE. We'll have to see what the opponent has, and they have Trevenant in the back. Normally, this would be a little rough, a grass type versus an electric type, but that's why the coverage of Magnet Bomb is so nice. Lands the Magnet Bomb, combo play with the Cresselia, bye-bye, and now back in comes the Hypno. We know the Hypno has Ice Punch. What else do they have? They had Shadow Ball the whole time, and Cresselia will be able to get to the Moonblast here. Moonblast will not be taking them out, but from here, with a shield, XL MAGNEMITE is very safe to get to the Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb will be taking out the Hypno, and the win streak continues. What can I say? All right, hopping to the next match, we have Cresselia into Meganium. Now, that is not a pick you see every day. And Meganium, being a grass type, should be a pretty good matchup for those in the back, but it does get access to Earthquake, which makes things a lot scarier. Interestingly enough, the Meganium opting to shield up right off the bat. Maybe you just let the Frenzy Plant go and then you save switch? They should go for Earthquake there. Not entirely sure why. The opponent save swaps into Bronzong. And this should not be any move that can hurt. Should only be the Psyshock there. Decides to shield up, and now I'm going to be going for the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon will be doing big damage onto the Bronzong. Zap Cannon lands. Bye-bye, Bronzong. Back in comes Meganium, but they're going to be able to go for the Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb does a chunk of damage there, which is very, very nice. Able to get to another Magnet Bomb. Oh, and they fall just short. They are going to shield up, and it's the Earthquake. That's a big shield, and the opponent has Blaziken in the back. So we are seeing some spice in these battles. I was submitted these battles a way back, and unfortunately wasn't able to get to them until now. But we are seeing some spice here. Blaze Kick comes through and going to be able to hit back with the neutral Moonblast. Blaziken is very squishy. That does big damage. Trying to go for the Psycho Cut down, and they're just not able to get there, but Blaziken didn't have a move. If they had Blaze Kick, that would have been all over. But Magnemite able to get off the Magnet Bomb. Magnet Bomb takes out Meganium, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, Cresselia into Crobat. This is a pretty tough lead without Future Sight, so honestly, I would probably safe switch out of here, but they're electing to stay in. The Psycho Cuts do okay damage, but a Shadow Ball here would hurt. Shadow Ball lands, they safe switch, and it's a simul swap. We have the Magneton into Jirachi, going for the Zap Cannon. Does the Jirachi know about Zap Cannon? Magneton loads up and one-shots the Jirachi, and now they bring in Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp will farm down, but here's where the energy on Cresselia will be nice, but Cresselia is very low. Going for the Grass Knot bait, recognizing that they're pretty low, so they need to get off as much damage as possible, and now just going for the second Grass Knot straight up, not even baiting the Moonblast, still able to get the shield. The opponent switches into Crobat, and this could potentially be a win con. A big misplay by the opponent, as if the Magnemite can farm up to 2 here, then they can throw 1 to take out the Crobat and 1 to take out the Shadow Machamp. Shielding up, again, unfortunately shielding Poison Fangs, which is very rough, but able to get to the 2. So the first discharge will be taking them out, and then they'll have the Magnet Bomb loaded for the Machamp in the back. They're able to get off the Magnet Bomb. We know XL Magnemite hits hard. That'll be taking out the Shadow Machamp, and that is a good game. And hopping into the final match, Cresselia into Unova Stunfisk. This is exactly where you want to see it. The opponent safe switches into Drifblim, and in comes the Magnemite. XL Magnemite going for the discharge here. They shield up, so now you can pretty safely match shields here. They decide to call it, and they bait with the Icy Wind. What a call. Oh my goodness. They did have enough for the Shadow Ball there. Going to shield up. At this point, all the Drifblim has to do is go for Icy Winds because the Magnemite is so low. But what a call. Reading the Icy Wind bait, and Magnemite still able to win that out. Unfortunately, they do get farmed down by the Unova Stunfisk, but Cresselia maintains alignment onto the Unova Stunfisk, which is very, very good. Grass Knot will be doing big damage, and Cresselia can tank charge moves from Unova Stunfisk for days. Discharge? Sure, that tickles Cresselia. So able to just tank these, no problem. They go for a Mud Bomb. They're hoping, they're like, maybe the Mud Bomb's better. It's not. I promise you it's not. They go for another Mud Bomb there, and the Grass Knot is going to be coming through. This will be taking them out if they decide not to shield. They let it go, and they have Machamp in the back, and the Machamp concedes. The Machamp had no idea it was Magneton in the back. If they had stayed in, shielded, they could have countered down and won, and a very valuable lesson to never quit too early. These battles were an absolute blast to watch, and I think it's a good reminder. With this new season, there's been a lot of fun stuff happening, but there's been a lot of new glitches and lag as well, and it's been frustrating, but part of what I really enjoy about the game is being able to try unorthodox picks and have success with it, and that's definitely what this trainer was able to do. This team isn't a team I'd recommend if you're looking to climb in the rank, but man, it is fun to watch these spicy picks put in work and able to pick up some wins along the way. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.